Unveiling ISF penalties. Impact of omitting shipper's email address explained. Introduction to ISF penalty for omitting shipper's email. Understanding the penalties for failing to report the shipper's email address in the ISF, Importer Security Filing, is vital for importers to ensure compliance with U.S. Customs and Border Protection (CBP) regulations and avoid potential repercussions. Penalty implications. Omitting the shipper's email address in the ISF filing can result in penalties imposed by CBP, which may vary depending on the severity of the violation, repeat offenses, and other factors determined by CBP. Compliance enforcement. CBP may assess penalties for ISF violations, including failure to report required information accurately or completely, to ensure adherence to security and trade regulations and maintain the integrity of the supply chain. Financial consequences. Penalties for failing to report the shipper's email address in the ISF filing can range from monetary fines to additional scrutiny of future shipments, impacting importers' operations and financial liabilities. Risk mitigation strategies. Importers can mitigate the risk of penalties by implementing robust ISF filing processes, ensuring accurate and complete submission of required information, and collaborating with experienced customs brokers to navigate regulatory requirements effectively. Timely correction. Importers should promptly correct any errors or omissions in the ISF filing, including adding the shipper's email address, to mitigate penalties and maintain compliance with CBP regulations. Documentation preparation. Importers should maintain comprehensive documentation of ISF filings and communication with supply chain partners to demonstrate compliance efforts and facilitate response to inquiries or audits by CBP. Collaboration with customs brokers. Importers can leverage the expertise of licensed customs brokers to assist with ISF filing, ensuring accurate and complete submission of required information, including the shipper's email address, to mitigate the risk of penalties. Continuous monitoring. Importers should continuously monitor changes in ISF filing requirements, CBP regulations, and industry best practices to adapt their processes and procedures accordingly and maintain compliance to avoid penalties. Training and education. Importers and their staff should undergo training and education on ISF filing requirements, customs regulations, and compliance procedures to enhance their understanding and proficiency in meeting reporting obligations and avoiding penalties. Communication with supply chain partners. Importers should maintain open communication channels with their supply chain partners, including shippers, carriers, and freight forwarders, to ensure accurate exchange of information required for ISF filing and compliance with CBP regulations. Compliance audits. Importers can conduct internal compliance audits to assess adherence to ISF filing requirements and identify areas for improvement to minimize the risk of penalties and maintain compliance with CBP regulations. Government outreach and guidance. CBP provides outreach and guidance to importers on ISF filing requirements, compliance procedures, and penalty enforcement to support efforts to comply with customs regulations and avoid penalties. Industry collaboration. Importers can collaborate with industry peers, trade associations, and customs authorities to share best practices, address common challenges, and advocate for regulatory reforms to enhance ISF filing processes and reduce the risk of penalties. Technology adoption. Importers can leverage technology solutions, such as electronic data interchange (EDI) platforms and customs compliance software, to streamline the ISF filing process, enhance accuracy, and reduce the risk of errors or omissions that could lead to penalties. Data privacy and security. Importers should prioritize data privacy and security considerations in ISF filing activities, safeguarding sensitive information, including the shipper's email address, to ensure compliance with data protection regulations and industry standards. Regulatory compliance. Importers must ensure compliance with ISF filing requirements, including reporting the shipper's email address accurately and completely, to avoid penalties and maintain the integrity of the supply chain. Government audits and inspections. Importers may be subject to audits or inspections by CBP to verify compliance with ISF filing requirements and assess the accuracy and completeness of reported information, including the shipper's email address, to avoid penalties. Continuous improvement. Importers should continuously evaluate and improve their ISF filing processes, procedures, and technology solutions to enhance efficiency, accuracy, and compliance and minimize the risk of penalties from CBP. Understanding the penalties for failing to report the shipper's email address in the ISF filing is crucial for importers to maintain compliance with CBP regulations and avoid potential repercussions. By implementing robust ISF filing processes, collaborating with customs brokers, and staying informed about regulatory requirements, importers can mitigate the risk of penalties and ensure accurate and complete submission of ISF information to CBP. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more informative videos on customs compliance and international trade practices.